Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3,
You know, there's
2,
something
1.
familiar about this.
Beginning arrow assist.
I'm having a little bit of deja vu
Track
here.
within acceptable parameters.
It's like I've done this before.
Descent phase begun. Decelerate.
Must be my imagination. Looks like I'm actually seatbelted into this one. Comes with tools.
Touchdown.
That's nice.
Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational
All right.
exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable.
Acceptable. All right. Look at this. Huh. Looks like something I'd normally have to pay for in a different
Congratulations. You are the
world.
third in your region to survive planetfall.
Wait, what? Hey everybody, this is Benny, and today we are not playing Icarus. Don't worry, I'm not done playing Icarus. I just like to play another game once in a while, and today I'm playing Satisfactory. A game that bears a striking resemblance in setup to Icarus, and actually provides us with a far more alien environment than Icarus gives us. Graphics are, you know, not in the same league, but the game runs really smooth, so it's got that going for it. It's a factory building game, not a survival game. So, I mean, there's some survival-esque type of stuff going on here. Like we've got, you know, food. Though the only thing food does for the game is heal you when you're injured. So it's not a real big part of the game. As you can see, if you look at my health bar down there in the corner, I am actually regenerating already, so I'm not even going to worry about eating right now. If you got really badly injured and you were in a tough spot, then obviously, you know, having something to eat quick and heal yourself would be important. So I'm just going to follow the game tutorial here. This is what we call onboarding. The first part of onboarding was to you had to disassemble your own drop pod, which I already did, and then go off and find an iron node, and you do that by holding V to scan, and then picking which item you're going to scan. I only have iron ore available at the moment, so that's what I did. Just goes like that, and then I use that to track this down here. I did have an issue with recording at first, and that's been fixed. So you've only missed, you know, 5-10 minutes of the game, and this is basically what we would call the prologue of the game here. So they get you started by, you know, you come in here and you disassemble your pod, and then you go to build your base. Now, I would recommend, if you're playing this game, to pay attention to that dialogue. It's hilarious, especially if you've ever worked in a corporate job. That's funny stuff right there, because it's every bit. Yeah, he's going to come after me, huh? It's every bit the you know, making fun of the fact that, you know, to a lot of corporations you don't mean anything. I deal with these guys by jumping up in the air. They run right underneath you, and you look down while they're running underneath you, and give them a zap to the head. They're not overly tough to deal with. Oh, that one got me a little bit, but yeah, he's behind the bushes. I know he's coming for me. Where is he? They do like to run around in circles sometimes, which can get them kind of around behind you if you're not careful. There we go. Collecting bushes, again, reminiscent of your first few minutes on Icarus. Or maybe your first few hours on Icarus. So you can gather a bunch of plants. But in this case, what you're doing is you're gathering fuel for your... it's going to end up as biofuel right off the bat. I mean, you're going to burn it in order to power the electrical devices in your base. Now, this game is... being a factory game and everything, you know, you're not going to have to worry about... all the survival aspects and everything, and it's You know, it does really get into some big base building stuff later on. So, I mean, you're going to build some pretty cool looking bases or factories. Now, this is what they call this is onboarding. You can see in my quest hub over there. I'm on objective 4 now, which is to build the actual hub. And so onboarding is basically like like I said earlier, that's your prologue, you know, your tutorial section. So they're going to get you started on getting everything built. So we're going to build the hub, and the hub will come with a crafting bench. So if you saw that, I have a crafting bench build available too. So I'm not gonna need that right away. But sometimes you'll want to be away from here, like a long ways away, and you need a crafting bench. Then you can go ahead and put one up. All right, so I've got the process started. Now I should warn you right off the bat. This, if you're a kind of person that's A, looking for a tutorial, B, looking for a well-organized base with all the calculations done, so it's the most efficient. This is not the video series for you. I'm a big fan of just having fun with these factory games, which means I'm not going to be doing the math. Probably I might use the instinctual math, which is, sometimes real accurate and sometimes completely off, to kind of figure out what I'm going to need next. And my conveyor belts may or may not be planned out very well as we go here. So, if you can't handle that, don't watch, because it's going to get messy sometimes. Anyway, you can skip ahead. Actually, if you want to skip this episode is going to be the onboarding. And then when I get to the main game, which is going to be tier 1, here, we can take a look at it right here. So this is tier 1, and we're not going to get to tier 1. Tier 1 would be next episode. Right now we're on tier 0. And so we're going to do each of these things. First is hub upgrade 1. And it's going to tell you what that unlocks. It's going to unlock the workshop, portable miners, and +1 hand equipment slot. So each time you do these things, you're gaining blueprints, you're gaining objects, tools, and then like inventory slots, that kind of thing. So we're going to select this milestone, and what I need for it is iron rods, which of course I don't have yet. I'm going to come over here and we're going to make some iron ingots. Now, there's 2 ways. I can left mouse button and just hold it down to make iron ingots, or I can just push spacebar and the button's locked down. So I'm not holding spacebar right now. I just push the spacebar and let it do its thing. Meanwhile, I go off and get some coffee. Okay, so here we are back here. Next, we're going to need some iron plates. We're going to need iron rods. The first thing we need is iron rods. We saw that over on the bench there. So I'm just going to craft some of these. And I'm not even going to step away from the computer for this one. I want to take a few seconds here. And we need 10 of those. So we're going to hit upgrade. And now you see we've got this nice infrastructure built around here. So we're starting to put this thing together. Again, this is all voiced. You see the subtitles down at the bottom there. But this is all voiced when you're playing the game. I would listen to it. It's hilarious, especially since it gives you a big indication of how much you mean to this company. And spoiler, it's not much. Okay, hub upgrade 2, which is going to give us a smelter, power line, copper, all that good stuff. We'll be able to scan for copper now. And we need 20 rods, 10 plates for that. We're going to select the milestone. Now, the reason it's giving you the option to select milestone is that when you get to some of these, there'll be multiple milestones that you can choose from. So you don't have to do them in a specific order. And that's kind of where it gets to this point of, do I want to do this first or do that first? But right now, there's just one way to go. And so we're going to come in here and... did we need 20 rods? I don't remember what it was. 20 rods, 10 plates. Okay. So we're coming here. We're going to craft some rods. Ooh, stopped it too soon. There we go. 20 rods. And, we're just going to need more plates anyway. So I'm going to get a bunch of plates going here. And then maybe a few more rods. I will need these afterwards, rods and plates for building stuff, so I can get those going. And let's do the next upgrade. Double click, upgrade the hub. And now, it's cool, we got storage. We've got walls. We've got a roof over our head. This will be our bedroom, you know, like our apartment that we stay in. It doesn't really have much use. It's really just, you know, it's really just there for story purposes. Although there's a mini game that's in there that's pretty addicting. And then we've got our first power supply here. So these run off of, well, leaves, wood. You can see that it burns, it's going to burn 80 leaves per minute. But that depends on how much energy you're using. But that gives you an idea of how much fuel something is. And then like wood, it's 12 per minute. So you see that wood is a lot better fuel than leaves. Wood is also harder to come by at this point in the game, and that's because make sure this is a full 500. That's because you basically need, I think it's the chainsaws the first time you can get actual, like just go down and chop down these trees and get some decent wood. So for now, we're going to be burning leaves, and we will probably use some recipes to make biofuel before too long. Although I don't know that would be, I don't think that's in onboarding. I don't think that happens yet. So, so if we look at the tips here, we can scan for copper now, and that's going to be the next thing we do. All right, so the nearest copper, this one, okay, 90 meters. That's not too bad. And some more popping up further away. We're not going to worry about those, but here's our first copper. And again, we're going to just, you know, mine this by hand. We're going to have mining drills in no time. It's going to be happening real soon here, and then that will help with that. But they're just the little portable ones at first. They're not like gonna transport the ores to you or anything like that. You have to go out and collect them, which is where we're pretty much always at in Icarus, right? We're going to our drills, and we're going to go empty our drills. So this is going to remind you of that real fast here. All right, so for upgrades, we're going to need copper wire and iron rods and iron plates. Now, if we go into our build menu here, we'll see that we've got the workshop now. I like to put it off of this side and face towards it. This is just my preferred place for it. You do you. Always, please, do not look at what I'm doing as the best way to do things. Certainly is probably not, but it's just me having fun. So don't think I'm trying to teach you the best way to do things around here. I hope it does help you maybe to you know, get a look at the game, decide if you like the game, and maybe help you figure out a few things early on. But the game is so well, the tutorial is so complete and it's so well documented. You really can play this game without having to watch a whole bunch of my videos. Yeah, maybe this isn't the best series to be working on. Yeah, go play Icarus. Go play Icarus. Anyway, let's see here. We're going to make portable miners. That's what we're going to need here. And we're going to need more rods and more plates. So let's go ahead and make more rods and more plates. And we're going to need ingots first. So even though I've already harvested the like the big crystals off the top of these. Oh yeah, look at these cool birds. Oh, it's not gonna do it right now, but yeah, they kind of look like a parrot, but they can tip their head up and it looks like a flower. So I'm guessing they're using it to catch bugs or something like that. Anyway, so we can come over here, and even though we've taken that big rock that was originally blocking this, we can still mine this by hand. So just gonna sit there and hold down the whatever your use key is. I believe it's bound to E initially, but I just prefer F. Okay, so we're gonna come in here, and once again, we're gonna make ingots. Now, I've turned all the copper ore into ingots, and I'm going to turn all of the ingots into copper wire. And that's because there isn't another in-between state Maybe there is later on. I know there isn't right now. So I know I'm going to use all of these ingots to make wire. And then some of the wire I'll use to make cable, but I'm going to keep some of it as wire. Unlike the plates and rods, which are both made from the ingots, so I kind of have to decide, how much I'm going to turn into what, as far as how many plates do I need or rods do I need, that kind of thing. Okay, so I went and made some more plates, some more rods, and I still have some ore left to make, but we're not going to worry about that yet. I am going to first go ahead and make 2 of these guys. 1 for copper and 1 for iron. And we're going to go, and you got to stick these into that hand slot, and then head over to your mining location. And then you're just going to scroll wheel to enable it, kind of aim it at your node, and throw it on there. Now you can put more than 1 on these. You can put, I don't know how many you can fit on there. I know I've done at least 2. So you can put extra mining drills on there. These are cool. They're like little. I'm going to show you the next one when I get over to the iron deposit here. These are really cool. We put these down and just watch how they open up. They got little legs, and they kind of look around, blink a few times, and then they start drilling, which is just really cool little animation. This game makes me happy. It's cheerful, where Icarus can sometimes be kind of dark. Again, I am not dissing on Icarus. I mean, I did diss on Icarus when it came to the tutorials and that kind of thing. But but anybody that's played Icarus is going to just agree with me on that. The game is horribly undocumented. But both these games are completely different. Even though there's a lot of similarities, the alien planets, the here looking for resources, that's all very true. But this, when it comes down to it, this is a factory building game. And I know a lot of people go to Icarus and they're sometimes like, oh, I wish I could do conveyor belts from my drills. Well, I mean, that's what you can do in this game. So this game is going to take that that manufacturing aspect that you were looking for in Icarus, and it's going to give it to you, so that you can actually manufacture, and you can keep building on how much you're manufacturing and what you're doing. And it's not going to be about the survival aspects of Icarus. So, but if you want the survival game, if you want to be, huddled in a carved out boulder in the middle of a storm, that's the game you're looking for. So similar games, similar sci-fi feel to them, just, 2 different games. So I'm going to have no problem bouncing back and forth between these games. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're going to need more plates. So you can just keep throwing these things in right away. You don't have to wait. I'm going to put those things in there, and then I'm going to go back and grab some more. You know what? I actually should have kept some of that, because now I can do the smelter, and that's just the 5 rods and 8 copper, and I can put together a smelter and then throw my ores into there. So I should have done that right away. I was talking and got distracted. So now you see he stopped. That's because he's full. We'll grab it. Holds 100. So it doesn't hold as much as a drill in Icarus, but it does run on its own. So, all right, there's my iron. I don't believe plants grow back. Oh, there he is doing the flower impersonation. Isn't that pretty cool? But there's a lot of it, and later on you don't really need it. So go ahead and clear the bushes out of your area so they're not, blocking your view and everything. Just grab all. You can also pick up the miners and move them. That's pretty straightforward. All right, now let's go ahead and we do have some iron ingots right now. We could just do this. Okay, I just went ahead and made the materials I'm going to need, and here's our power supply. So I'm not going to leave this there, but I am going to stick that for a smelter right behind here, and I'm going to do that because it's close to where I need to wire it in at. Eventually, you're going to get some power poles, and you're going to be able to branch this stuff out. But for right now, I can basically just connect 1-to-1. So we're going to go to our power line, and this uses cables. So you see I have 16 cables there. It's going to take 1 cable for each of these. And I'm just going to connect that to there, and boom. Now she's wired up. And then just come over here, access the... Oh, what did I do here? Access the smelter. Tell it what recipe you're going to do. In this case, I'm going to do iron. And I'm just going to go ahead and... what I did was I control-click to send the whole stack in here. There we go. And I'm going to just go ahead and same thing to take stuff out. I'm going to let that do its thing. I could do another one. Can I do another one of these right away? Do I have enough materials? I do not. What am I missing? Copper wire. Okay. So go make some more copper wire. Do a second smelter, then I'll have one for copper and one. Oh, you know what? I can't, because I can't connect. I'm using up both these connections, and they're only one of one connection. So until I have power poles, I can only do one type of ore at a time. So we're just gonna wait this one out. All right. While I'm waiting for that, let's go ahead and stick a few more of these in here. So I'm gonna need 2 more copper wire and some more rods and plates. You always need rods and plates. I have a bunch of iron ingots on me, or a bunch of iron ore on me, so I can keep making iron ingots while I wait. But I think we're just going to go ahead and take out our iron ingots. We're going to stop this. I'm going to switch over to copper for a little bit. So we're going to go to select recipe, select copper, and we'll go ahead and throw the copper ore in there, turn her back on, let that do its thing. Now, this is using... it's using materials, of course. So now it says 80 leaves per minute, but I'm not drawing enough power off of it to really pull that much right now, if that's just what it's capable of. So if I was drawing, like right now, I am, what am I doing here? I'm doing 4 milliwatts, and it's capable of 20 milliwatts, right? So I'm doing 1/5 of what it's doing. So you could take your 80 per minute divided by 5, and I'm not going to do that right now. Again, I said I am not using calculators. All right, so what do we got here? What was I doing? Oh, I got a few more of those. Now I'm up to my 20 rods. Get my plates going on. I'm getting there, getting there. And I'm going to come in here and so I'm going to craft some more rods, craft some more plates. Okay, that's that. Let's get some copper going here. I just need a few more copper wire. I don't have any ingots on me at the moment. Let's go get some. Back over to the workbench. Make some wire. Keep wanting to push the button with the mouse instead of hitting spacebar. It's okay. I don't think you can walk away from this. I don't think it keeps going. No. You have to stand there until this, for this one, for the workbench. All right. We definitely got enough wire. And let's finish this up. All right, we got new buildings and new parts available, including the power pole now. You can see it down there in the hotbar. And our room is starting to come together, so we got the ability to change our look. We've also got the bathroom, which I haven't figured out the use for. You can put items into the toilet. So I guess it's a way to trash things. Yeah, we don't got the computer yet, so we don't have the mini game unlocked. And then, of course, we have a bed, which serves no purpose. I mean, it's there. It's aesthetics, you know. It looks cool. It's a factory game. It's not a survival game. So, all right, next, let's go see what we need. Hub upgrade number 4, and that's going to need iron plates, cables, and concrete. So now we're getting into concrete. Let's go ahead and look at what our new items are here. So we have the constructor now. The constructor is going to go ahead and I can dump ingots into it and get things out of it. So I can have this go ahead and create stuff for me. And I got a power pole, which now I can run my power plant to my power pole and then split it off from there. You can have 4 wires coming off of a power pole, including the one going into it. So, you know, it has 4 wires total. Okay, so what we're going to need to do a constructor is some reinforced iron plates, which you're going to need some screws. We got this. This is a new item that we can make. Let's go ahead and make some screws. And they're made from rods. So you will, now you're going to start using up your rods for making screws. Okay, so I'm out of iron ingots. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get 2 of these going, I think. So we're going to get the copper out of here. And we're going to go ahead and build another smelter. I know these are not organized at all. It's okay. This is not where they're going to be permanently located. Okay, so I've got this down, and then I'm wired up. I'm going to need some concrete. And I saw some stone over here. The game is very manual, but only at first. And I think it's pretty well paced, but that really comes down to how patient you are. Some people are definitely a lot more patient than others, so that's going to make a difference. Okay, so now we're going to go to the workbench, and we're going to make concrete from the stone we just picked up. Yeah, I know, we're collecting a whole bunch of different items that we can manufacture here. And I mean, that's what the game is about. More and more materials to just keep feeding the corporate machine. And once we got the building built, then it'll be about actually sending materials to the company. Okay, so let me show you a trick here. I'm going to go put the power pole on, and then the first click, I'm going to click in the middle of a wire, okay? And then I'm going to position it. Now you see it's grabbed the wire because I clicked on the middle of the wire first. I'm going to stick this like right up in here, and boom. Now we're going from here to the power pole, which means now we can put on our wire tool, click on here, and then click on there. And now we've got both of these smelters hooked up at the same time. Let me go and check the... make sure we have enough. We do. We have enough materials going here. Let's tap that off quick. And then obviously the more of these things you start using, the faster it's going to use up fuel. So, all right, now we've got 2 of those going. And I'd like to get constructors going so that we can get on to the next part. But let me see what we need here for the hub here. We're going to need 10 bags of concrete, 20 cables, and a whole bunch of iron plates. And this is where we're going to start wanting to have those constructors going on. So I'm going to select iron ingots here. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my iron in there so I can get that going. I'm going to throw... Do we not have copper? Guess we don't have any copper right now. All right, grab some copper ore. And then we're going to run over, load up that other furnace, and then let's get a constructor going. Okay, got loaded up. And for the constructor, we're going to need 2 reinforced plates, which we already made, and some cables. And we're a little short on cable. Need 12 of those. That should do it. Again, this is not my final location for this stuff, because I know this is appears to be really haphazard, and is. You know what? I'm just going to stick this over here, because we are going to run a conveyor belt into it before I go to redesign all this stuff. So I'll put it right here. And I'm going to go ahead and configure this for iron plates. And I'm going to have to go and grab some more ingots here. Got some ready. I did just double click to remove those. There's so many different ways you can kind of move things around, and it's pretty intuitive. All right, so we're going to put these in here. I can drag things over. I can alt click. Just play around with it. You'll get it. It's decent. I've got no power, so let's go ahead and hook this up. I think I'm going to put in a new power pole over here. Don't worry, it's not permanent. It's not permanent. I'm just going to keep saying that that's not permanent until you believe it, or realize I've been lying to you the whole time. All right, so we're going to put on wiring tool. That's our last connection there, but we've expanded to this one here, so we're branching out. And then we will be filling this area here with another power supply that we can also link into this and give us more power. But eventually we're going to get independent power plants, so we can just stick wherever. So now we got this connected to that. And there we go. Now we're making plates. Okay, while those plates are going, I'm going to go ahead and make cables. All right, here's our cables. Let's go ahead and make more concrete. We're going to need more rocks. And that means we probably should just grab one of these guys. Okay, let's go ahead and put this guy in the stone deposit. Man, I really want to find a planet that has bacon, flour, mushroom things. You know, bacon as a vegetable. It just, doesn't that sound delicious? You eat all your vegetables and still get your bacon. Of course, maybe they look like bacon and don't taste like it. It really doesn't describe it to you. Or does it? Does it describe it to you? No. But it does restore some health. So, all right, we got some stone going on here, and let's see. I think it's ready for the device, right? Put these guys on here. There it goes. All right, he's gonna start doing his job. Aren't they? They're just so cute, aren't they? All right, let's go make some concrete. All right, crafting concrete. Back in a minute. And let's put our concrete down here. It's just leaving just plates that we need now. And I'm hoping that by the time we get back over here, we'll have some plates waiting for us. Some. But we're going to need more ingots. And of course, we're going to come over here, grab some more ingots, and throw those in here. All right, we're up to 46 already. Now, it's not overly quick, but what it is automatic. So it's going to keep doing this while we're off doing other things, like refueling our biofuel, which is, as you might be able to tell, is using up considerably more now. So it's 12 when everything's running, and it's running 4.2 right now, and that's probably because one of these guys, if not both of them, are full. Yeah, so this one's full of copper ingots, and it's out of ore. Nice thing is, you see it says relevant items up here. That's because it produces ingots and it uses ore. So if there was ore, it'd be up here. I wouldn't have to search through all my items. The things required for this machine will be under relevant items. God, I love that. So user-friendly. And then we'll look at the iron here. And we'll notice that I've got, see, up here, relevant items. I've got iron ore. I'm going to drop that in there. And now if I come over here and look at this, we can see that we're using 8.1 out of the max possible 12 with this equipment hooked up. All right, so what we got? 26. Is that going to put us over? I don't know. So I didn't pay attention. There we go. And upgrade. All right, we got new buildings available. See that we're starting to put the whole base together here. Let's go look at our room. Oh, look at that. We got a fix-it floor mat. So we got, some shelves for our stuff. Starting to look a little bit more homey in here. We've got the coffee dispenser. I don't have a coffee mug yet. But spoiler, there is a coffee mug. And best of all, updating system. Please do not turn off. The computer with the mini game. So I'm going to let you play the mini game. I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, go ahead and give that a try. Have fun. Now, let's go ahead and I'll show you how we automate. So we're going to come in and do number 3 for our conveyor belts. And boom, conveyor belt. Now, you see that one's got a stand on it. If I was going to start a conveyor belt in the middle of nowhere, or if I went for too long a stretch, it's going to need some of these legs to hold it up. All right, so conveyor belt's going. Okay, I just finished emptying all the miners. And we're going to come over here and load up this smelter with some iron ore. That's going to start making iron ore. And here the magic happens. It's going to flow out of the conveyor belt and into the constructor, which we have set up to make iron plates. And there we go. It's making iron plates automatically. And we can go ahead and switch that over to rods when we need rods. And that's kind of how it works at first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out another constructor for making copper wire. I swear none of this is permanent. Oh, I'm going to need some more reinforced plates first. Let's go do some reinforced plates, for which I'm going to need some screws and some iron plates. All right, so we should have our materials here. We're going to go ahead and build another constructor. And we're going to stick this one behind the smelter that's doing copper. And you can see by the arrows which way is in and which way is out. So obviously you want your in facing the out of the smelter. Closer they are, the less materials it's going to take. Well, let's see here. We want a conveyor belt. And boom, that's it. So now we're going to come in here and throw some of that in there. You can also throw these back in here. And the reason I would do that is because I want these to feed into that other machine automatically. I can also come over here and once I've selected the recipe, I can throw these directly in here. So now I've got full ore over here, plus I threw in 100 of these copper ingots, plus I set this up and I threw 40 more in here. So I've got this thing just completely loaded up for making wire, and I got no power to it. So we're gonna do that part next. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw another power pole out. So I'm gonna intercept this. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Oh, missing materials. What am I missing? Rods. Okay, let's go get some rods. Let's go get some ingots. Let's go get some ore. All right. And ore. I got this turned off right now so it doesn't make plates. That way I can, it'll store up some ore here for me. Or some ingots here for me. And then I can come over here and make the rods I need. Okay, with my with my rods made, I can now take this power pole, intercept, put it over here. There we go. And go back to my wire tool. Stick that on there and boom. It's like we got a factory going here, people. A factory. Eventually you'll unlock things like storage and everything. That helps. Let's see. What do we got here? Conveyor belts. We got the conveyor pole, which we don't need right this moment, but we will soon. All right, let's get in here. We're creating wire. What did we need for the next level? Okay, for hub upgrade 5, let's go ahead and select that. We're going to need rods, cable, and concrete. Concrete we've got taken care of. But we're going to need rods and cable. You guys are going to hate me for this, but here we are making wire. So why don't we just go ahead and... But just remember, it's not permanent. We're just going to go ahead and stick another constructor over here. There we go. And throw a conveyor belt in here. Right. Okay, so we got copper wire. We're going to make some cables here. Oh, I'm going to have to hook up the power. Yeah, let's hook up the power. There, we got power going to it. Let's see. Turn it on. There we go. Making cables. And now, let's go back here and see what else we're going to need. We're going to need to switch this over to rods. Flip her on. Okay, so we need cable, which we've started mass producing over there, and rods, which we've also started mass producing over there. So hold please. All right, and we're back. We have everything we need. And all I had to do was just walk away and go get some coffee. Now, I'm not really drinking that much coffee because that would be absurd. But hey, you can walk away, go get some dinner, go do some, do some stuff, and come back. Kind of keep this in the corner of your eye just so you can, refill things. But in no time, you're taking care of that next upgrade. Let's look at this sucker here, huh? All right, starting to come together. All right, so now we got the second power supply going on here, or furnace, or whatever you want, whatever these things are. Now we're going to go ahead and fuel that up. We should check the fuel on this one. It's been a while. Oh yeah, she's getting low. I'm actually going to switch this one over to wood. It doesn't really take long to run around and gather up more leaves to fire these things up, though. All right, so now I've got 4 lines running into that one, 4 lines running into that one. Only 2 running into this one, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this guy up to here. There we go. Now they're kind of networked together so that they're both responsible for everything here. If I add a little bit more, what'll happen is if these kick out, if I overload them or if they run out of fuel, they're going to kick out, and I'll refuel them. And then there's this breaker right here. You're going to have to flip this breaker to turn the powers back on. Just so you know, that's what's happening. Let's see what's next. Upgrade number 6. It's going to give us more inventory slots. It's going to give us that independent biomass burner, the ability to make biomass, and start the space elevator. So I believe this is the last upgrade, right? I think so. Select milestone. And for this, we're going to need 100 rods, 100 plates, 100 wire, and 50 concrete. So our biggest one yet. And let's go ahead and get some orders. Okay, so I didn't even notice. I don't know how I missed it, but I didn't notice in this last upgrade we got the miners, so we can start automatically mining. We don't have to go around collecting ore from those little miners anymore. We've also got storage units now, which is cool because we can just make tons of stuff and it'll fill those storage units up. So let's go ahead and iron is kind of the most important one. At least it seems that way. We're gonna open this guy up and take the miner. We need concrete. We've got that. Oh wait, are we a little short? Yeah. So we got, oh no, 16 out of 10. Yeah, we're good. Plates and we got everything we need. We're gonna turn that miner into one of these here, and I'm gonna try to point it in the general direction of our equipment. And I know you people are gonna hate this because you're like, when are you gonna do the redesign so that we can get some organization here? Well, it's just, I'm just not ready for that yet. I've got a lot of things to do here. And we'll organize in a little bit. All right, so you can see that post is built there. It's going to give you an opportunity to adjust the height. So first click, it puts it down. Second click, set the height. And then attach another conveyor belt. And I like to put it at height until I figure out exactly where I'm going with it. Now, this one's iron. And iron I did put on the other side, didn't I? Yeah, that was an oversight. Now, what I'm considering doing here is putting this down, and then running it over the top, which would mean I'd have to run the other one under the bottom. You know what? I'm not that crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and put this over here, and we're gonna run this directly into a miner. So we're gonna go ahead and move this guy over. We're going to move this whole setup right here over to there. So it's E to disassemble, and then, boom, disassembled. Same thing over here. E to disassemble, and it's disassembled. The materials that were in there in my inventory now, if you can't fit them in the inventory, they'll just drop on the ground, and you'll have to go pick them up later. There we go. Now I can take this stuff and put it right over here. Later on, you're going to get these floor pieces, so you can set up an actual factory floor, and that's going to allow you to actually, kind of place things on a grid. It'll make more sense then. For now, I'm using the spaghetti approach to putting down belts. I do like to run, if I can do it, a storage container in between. Because that way, if something else fills up, at least I got a buffer. It's going to continue to, make ore for me. There we go. Connect that to that. So now it's ore smelted into bars. The bars are going to the storage container here. And then out the storage container, we are going to... Now, I want to give this enough space because we're going to put a splitter in here when we get splitters. What we want to do is... I think we're going to kind of turn this way. So we're going to put a little U in here. And you can kind of see some grid lines that you can use. I think there's actually a way to snap those. I'm just not going to worry about it right now. And then I can do this connection here. And boom. Now, once I come along and I've got my splitter, I can put my splitter here and then come off the splitter into this constructor and do the same thing on the other side to run into the other constructor. And then I can do rods on one side, plates on the other. But I can't do that yet. And it probably won't be done this video because I think that comes with our, after we've completed the onboarding objectives. So, all right, so now we can go ahead and grab some power. This one's full. That one is not. So we're going to run this one too. Oh, are we missing something? Oh, I need to get some wire here. All right, take some wire out of here where it's making cable. It's full on cable right now, so it's just the wire's accumulating in there. All right, so now we're going to grab I'm always hitting the wrong buttons. I'm just so used to other games, but I'm getting there. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab a power pole, put it down here, and then I should be able to just connect this. And I'm going to connect that. I'm going to grab this and put up another pole. And you can do these pretty far away. So I'm going to go ahead and run this pole all the way over here. And then I'm going to connect that up to here. And there we go. That drill's going to fire up. And away it goes. And then out the other end, we should start seeing some more. There it is. Automation, baby. Wish we could get some of that in some other games. You know what I mean? Some automation, some belts. Of course, then it'd just be turning that into this game. And we already have that here. So into the constructor and or into the smelter, which is going to be set for iron ore. It's on, right? Yeah, it is on. Okay. And then that's going to store here. And that's going to come out here as iron plates. I mean, we're going to need both. So let's just go ahead and do iron plates. And I could do another storage unit on the other side of here. I'm not going to do that right now. And by the way, these storage units are stackable. So we could do like this here. I could do the storage unit and stack it one right on top of the other. And then you can just use the belts, elevated belts, to run into there. Later on, you're going to get these elevator belts that are actually like, you know, run straight up, and you can just run those directly into the side of one of these. All right, so we've got the process going here. We're making plates. I'm actually going to go ahead and stick these in here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this back out again. We're going to go ahead and make the rods manually while we're waiting for that to make the plates. Okay, so it does want concrete, and it wants copper wire. Copper wire is being made. Plates are being made. We're going to go ahead and make the concrete by hand. Back in a minute. Okay, we got the concrete done. Let's go ahead and drop that in here. Boom. Let's see what else we need here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pick up the copper wire and other stuff and see if we got enough yet. And that would be enough copper wire now. We are still waiting on the plates. We're going to need quite a bit of plates yet. And, of course, we're going to need those rods. We're going to do the rods by hand as well. So let's go ahead and drop off our copper wire and make some rods. Okay, there's our... Okay, there's our rods. 101 of them. There we go. And then we're just waiting on 60 more plates. Let's go see if we've got that yet. Not even close. So we're going to be a while. Okay, so I think while we're waiting for those plates to be manufactured, we're going to run over here and set up a drill on the copper here. Although I don't think we have enough to put together the actual conveyor belt for it yet. I think we're going to need more plates for that, which is probably going to have to wait. All right, so we're going to set this sucker up and point it towards our operation here. Yeah, kind of in this direction here. That looks fine. That looks fine. Look, it's fine. And there we go. We got that going. We need some power over here. And, of course, we're going to pull up the smelter, move the smelter over here, and all that stuff once we get to that point. But I'm going to need those plates first so I don't leave myself without the ability to make copper. We're just going to throw this stuff in manually for the moment. Let's see what we got for plates. Just a couple, and of course we're waiting on plates to complete the operation here. So we probably won't get those conveyor belts put together until after we're finished already with the onboarding. All right, let's get in here. There we go. Plenty of plates. Let's go finish this off. Got that? And that should be everything. Let's do it. Here we go. This is kind of cool. You can get outside and watch it come in. I am now a certified pioneer. I've completed the onboarding process. And here's my cargo ship coming in. Boom. Oh man, look at that sky. that cool floating whatever it is, that alien thing. And it's kind of like a stingray, and it's even got the little what do they call those, pilot fish? The little fish, or they're not fish in this case, but the little things flying after it. It's just a really cool piece. And that's it. That's our onboarding complete. We are now ready to we come in here. You notice that we got Tier 1 is available now, and Tier 2 at the same time. And we can pick whatever of these, whichever of these milestones we want to work on. So if I want to work on obstacle clearing, I can, and this is what I would need to complete that milestone. It is all things that we can do right now. Although these screws would have to be made by hand. Actually, well, no, it's just one ingredient, so we can make screws right now. We could do put up a constructor for it and make screws. So that's something we can get going right away, which means we can use that to make to get wood and then make solid biofuel. There's so many options here on what direction you go. So the game's never going to be exactly the same twice, although you are aiming for all of that stuff. So with that done, I think we're going to call it for today. Next time we can go ahead and hook up the miner for the copper over there. You can see it through the hole. And then start doing this same setup here with this here. And you'll notice that we've got... did we get something new for this time? Oh, we didn't get anything. Oh, there it is. The space elevator. And this space elevator is kind of one of your major early goals. So you're gonna pick a spot for this, and then you're gonna keep adding all those materials, even after you first put the materials into it. You see what the cost is down there. It's really expensive. So you're going to start putting that together, and that's going to be one of your major milestones. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you liked it. Subs really help the channel, so I hope you could see it in your heart to drop me a sub. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Benny out.